Okay, get this going here. I feel like that's a little bit low, but okay, whatever. We got our juice, we got our game. Let's go ahead and strain. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Wasn't sure what all had just happened there. Sweet, got another XP one. Just the one. I say we do that. That's not happening. Yeah. So, thing, we gotta go look at this calling. We're doing that. Revan breath. Actually, let's do this real quick. Let's go. What's up, Con? Congratulations. And you had just unlocked that, what, yesterday? Right? Updating my add-ons here real quick, so I apologize. That's not too bad. That's, what, like 24 hours? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's what it's all about. That W. Okay, now let's go ahead and... That is the fan on my laptop. It has gotten substantially worse. I tried shaking it, but it didn't work. And I tried hitting it. That also didn't work. And I tried hitting it while shaking it. That also didn't work. Oh, what's up, little? I'm coming to visit. Some days I think it just likes to act a little bit different than normal. I don't know. Yeah, the Craven, I like, that was one where I struggled with, like, Clea, and I knew with Mechanicos I was going to hate it even more. Why do I... It's been rotated. So I knew I was going to hate it more, and I was like, and with Mechanicos, since he's so melee heavy, there's, like, no... You can't be at a distance from him, so I was like, you gotta take advantage of him, being able to hit him at all times and shit. So I figured knowing where he would be would allow me to maximize that. I wish I would have been able to like actually edit it and been like paused it and shown the timer and then be able to like put stuff up there like that. But I think it still worked out in the end. Oh, look at that. Invite's still pending. But I do apologize for it. It's acting really bad today. Yeah, still not hitting it, still not doing anything. It's got like a bad bearing, is what I think it is. I guess it's Revendreth defended. I mean, I don't even have to really do much. I can just run around the zone doing stuff. Don't really need aspires. But it does sound really bad today, so I do apologize for that. But I'm glad. I'm glad the guides helped. And I got the one posted from yesterday for Mad Mortimer. Thanks to you and Cornmark. So I appreciate that. Kind of wish I could have saved myself that 30-minute fight. That was kind of a beast. But now I can say I did it the long and hard way. Like my noise gate isn't even stopping that from picking it up. I honestly might have to up my noise gate even further. It actually doesn't seem to pick it up when I'm at this distance, as long as I sit up straight. So that's what it is. My laptop's just teaching me good posture. That's what it's all about. I finally realized it. That the laptop is teaching me good posture. Just had a revelation, Con. Because if I slouch, it sounds like that. But if I sit up straight, it goes away. Mind blown. God, this feels awkward to sit up straight. What am I going to do with my life now? Like, I feel like everything I've learned so far has just been turned upside down. But yeah, I had to think of creative ways yesterday. I was like, how can I make sure that people see the other Mad Mortimer one so they don't like do this and then they come back and see the other video. So like I linked it like all over the place everywhere I could. I even went into my own videos and linked and you linked it through there too. But I appreciate you letting me know what caused that. Go kill this leech soul. Hmm. Sounds like the Headless Horseman. That was not mount button. Stone. Yeah, we got 2 secret treasures, so let's go snag them. Nope, I'm slouching again. Sit back up straight. Gonna be the quickest way, I guess, fly up here. Actually, probably flying right here and then taking the thing across would probably be the quickest. We're supposed to be looking for a group. I don't know what that is. Probably a streamer advertising. I don't know. I don't know who Grantheon is. I'm not familiar with the individual. Wee splat. Man, I was about to say. What the hell? Uh, I guess down this way. That's where we want to go. Seems like the funny thing is, ever since the fan got louder, I almost feel like it's been running better. It's just a nuisance to hear. Sounds like I'm mowing my lawn while playing World of Warcraft. Mind me, just mowing my lawn. That's the sound of the little prop plane I have. Alright. Supposed to be looking for groups. Can't I mount? Whatever. Still can't mount. Maybe it's just that. Okay. Let's go get this freaking treasure. I might be able to leap to it, maybe. Damn it! What the hell is going on right here? You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. I already got a 15 spire. A 15 plague fall. What is this nonsense? I'd love that 15 sanguine depths. How much is it worth? 43? Okay, there's the elevator. Up we go. There's a stoneborn, and a secret treasure. I guess the secret treasure is a chance for a pet. Oh my. Let's see what we can manage to get done here. I don't want to do Spire's Ascension Key. Oh, Christ. Mm. It's not gonna be up above me. Like up there. What's up, Cornmark? Did you see your little gift? I feel like it's way above me. Right there. Yeah, when I explained it to Khan, I was thinking it was going to be one of those things that like was like almost impossible to replicate or whatnot. And then lo and behold, the hell? It was really, really easy to replicate because like I said, I had managed to do it twice, but I couldn't figure out what was causing it. Because I figured it had to do with it registering basically like probably as a health pool with the other two that were dead. But I was actually really surprised with how easy it was to find the truth. But I was glad you shared that with me. Because then I was able to share it with Khan, and Khan was able to go and use it and tell me how it was done. But I figured it had something to do with it registering the other two as being dead. I just couldn't seem to get it to replicate besides the twice that I had managed. And I was thinking it had to do with the reset, but it was literally as soon as the green becomes active, it's like 1 HP. The main thing, we were able to get that information out to the masses. Flattery will get you everywhere, good sir. It definitely helps to save people 30 minutes of throwing spears. God, that sucked. And the worst part was, like, the longer it went, like, the more anxiety I had, because the fact that, like, I was like, man, we're gonna fail this, like, any second, because all it takes is for him to, like, literally, like, sneeze in my direction and it's game over. I was like, if he even, like, lets out a little bit of a fart, I was like, I'm gonna be screwed. And then all this time will be lost. But I mean, if you can literally go in, use, I'd rather use 2 medallions, one to beat it on courage, and two to just go in and, like, flatten it on humility, rather than spending a token and then having to wait like 30 minutes to down him. I'd rather just use 2 tokens. Is that the one by what's his name? I think I made him mad on Wowhead, actually. Yeah, I should probably start saving up for it too, Con. I think that's why a lot of people ask me if I have the achievement, because I don't have the transmog on. And I've had a few people ask me if I did it, why don't I transmog my gear? And mostly because I hate the look of the helmet. Not gonna lie, but I guess I could probably use the helmet from Turn of Sight, because it's got that kind of coloration to it, but it's more of a blue. I wish it would have been like black and purple, or black and like red. Black and red would have been badass. I say that because they're my favorite colors. Did he reset, Corn? You had my attention when you said you had an interesting glitch. But yeah, I think I made the dude on the Wowhead guide pissed. I think he hates me. Pretty sure I pissed him off. That is weird. I haven't heard of that one. I wonder if it almost registered you as almost losing and tried to put you back into your actual character. That one sounds like it might be a bit risky. Because I know a lot of people right now with Antioch, if you get hit when you're outside of Braun, it's causing the whole fight to just like take him back up to max health. So some people have had to completely restart the entire thing, basically. But then again, anytime I got tossed out, I always made sure to use the number 2 ability for the decreased damage, just so I didn't get one shot. Yeah, so it sounds like you were probably riding a very fine line. But yeah, I think I made that dude mad when I started posting all my videos and all that stuff all over his guides. But but the reason I did it, and I didn't mean it to be rude, I did it because he was recommending like strategies on fights that were just like completely like Like what the crap? Like I think like on one of them like he does like loyalty as Clea, and then he recommends like using like 3 charms, and I was like why? I was like just use Pelagos and his shield and use no charms. I'm like why are you recommending people do this when you can just do it as Pelagos? Just do it as Pelagos. People don't want to come here to see you do it as Clea. They want to know the easiest way to do it and the most efficient and cheapest way. They don't care that you did it with Cleo with the charm of Discord and the charm of Focus and this. They just want to get it done. And then I looked in his comments, and there were people that were just complaining that they were wasting medallions trying to do it his way. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna post my videos in his comments. He went through and like all my comments and marked me down. At one point, I think all my comments were -1 in his guides. That's why I think I'm pretty sure he hates me. And another thing that kind of cheesed me off with his guides too was like he had Calistine, Ecthra, Aldrin, and Mjolnir, I think, done, but he hadn't done any of the others. But he already had like the pages saved and all of that. And then he was so far behind, and it was just like, it's like, man, if you're gonna have the pages saved and all that for it, I was like, I mean, that to me came off as a little full of himself because then other people obviously couldn't make those guys, make guides or do anything with it because he basically reserved the page for himself by already coming up with like the page for Numenuru or a Thanos, and then he wasn't even keeping up with it, and then he wasn't adding anything to it. Um, and then like at one point I was way ahead of him on it, and I was like, people once again, people want this information. And then I saw his video guides for the humility, and no fault of his, but the problem is so you put him on YouTube. He doesn't give any kind of description or talk at all. It's just music. So the problem is for people that went straight to YouTube rather than Wowhead, they don't see what his strategy was. They just see him do the fight. No explanation of what's going on in said fight. Once again, a problem. Because people need to know what they're visually seeing and what to expect. That's like telling someone to watch a video about like learning to drive a car and then telling them to go drive the car. Or they watch a video on how to make like a food and then being like, "Okay, now make me the dish," but with no real explanation. And it was one of those things that just kind of frustrated me. Not do anything? I don't know what that did. Okay. It is 7:42 a.m. right now. I think he gave up in all honesty when he realized that I was already done with it by the time he posted like his first 3 videos for humility. I don't know. He's never reached out to me. The only thing I saw that he did was he like negative, like marked down all my comments. But it is 7:42. I'm on. I would because yesterday I got a good amount of sleep or whatnot, so I wasn't actually too sleepy when I got off work today. So I figured I'd get an earlier stream than normal. I'm still trying to get that average up. I'm really close. I think once I cut off like the next like 6 days out of my average, I'll be at like a 2.5 average viewer. So I'll be really close to being able to get to that affiliate level. Like I want it so bad I can taste it. That's that. I feel like I've still got one more item in here that I. What is it? There's one more item that does not belong. I could probably sell that because I can't upgrade it. Oh, I think, yeah, because I think I picked up some shaded stone is the problem. Okay. But that's why I'm on earlier than normal. I thought that said dumpers. I was like, whatever that means. Good. Never hurts to time another 15, right? Don't really want to time that, though. Especially since Qualtha lost, man. Chances are that they'll bail on me first chance they get. Ah, it's a 14. I live in Alaska, Con. I'm 3. I am up here south of the Arctic Circle with my lawnmower laptop. I could probably go put it out in the snow and it'll probably start blowing snow. Could you imagine if I pulled this thing out on a plane? They'd probably think it was like an explosive of some type. Probably wouldn't end well for me. It actually reminds me of a story that one of my coworkers told me one time. Um, about like a college roommate she had that I guess her mom had packed one of her toys in her bag, as a surprise for her, I guess. And I guess as it was going through security or whatnot, it started vibrating. And they had her open her bag and she had to take it out. Oh, God. Good stuff, man. Airport security at its finest. My laptop? Pfft, like not even a year old. I think ultimately what happened was my youngest, who likes to always seem to eat at my computer, I think he was eating, and I think some crumbs went through the top of the laptop through the keys and fell through, and I think it ended up in the fan somehow. And I think it's all jammed up in there. I tried taking it into Best Buy, but they told me I didn't buy it at their store, despite me having bought it at their store. I think they just didn't want to have to do the warranty. Fuckers. Like it's really bad today. But yeah, it's not even a year old. I want to say I got it. No, it might be a year and a few months. Because I got it before COVID. I got it like November before COVID, so I guess it'd be about a year and like 4 months, something like that. It was doing really well the other. I mean, right now the game looks like it's running beautifully, which is unusual. And actually has been kind of nervous that like it's like I'm giving you my best before I die. They want a battle res. They say they need a tank. When you can't even take the time to upgrade your note, man, that worries me about how you're going to do in a group. But I also wanted to stream a little bit earlier, see if we could get into some good mythic keys a little bit earlier in the morning. Hear it. Who cares if I don't have a battle res? They don't need to know that. They're like, Warriors have battle reses now? Invite him. He must be that kind of skilled. See, I popped it off, and I was looking at it, and the damn like whole like fan thing is like completely like connected to my motherboard. Like there's like all kinds of shit like holding it together, and I was like, hmm. I tried turning it around. I mean, it's not hard to rotate, but I couldn't physically see anything like jammed in there, and I used a vacuum to suck on it, and it's a woo, like you're blowing on like a kazoo, and didn't have a problem. But as soon as you turn it on, it'll be quiet for a second. It's like shh, shh. So I think the bearing might be damaged, and it could also be from my son playing my computer till it's like on fire. Yeah, I did. I I was I so totally started like talking to that guide. I was like, I'm making a guide, but at the same time, I'm gonna talk to my friend. I'm a terrible guide maker. I'd be like that doctor that's there delivering a baby and like all answers the phone, starts like telling his wife what him bring home for dinner or whatnot that night. Like, oh yeah, make sure you put the chicken out so it can defrost. I'll get home and marinate it. Oh no, don't mind me. I'm just delivering this baby. Oh no, no, I'm good. I can talk. Let's see if maybe we can get it on the Turna. Even though we've timed a Turna. But yeah, we timed Spires of Ascension yesterday. So now I've got a IO of 1216. We almost timed a Necrotic Wake, but the Paladin tank decided he wanted to haul ass through a puddle and instantly die. And then it wasn't pretty after that. And I say Pallies think they're just the hottest thing since like sliced bread. See, that's why I kind of favor my guides over like some of the others that I've seen. Is they play music or whatnot, and they do the fight, and they do a little bit of explanation like maybe before it, but like I try to at least like keep the commentary going of what I'm doing or what I have to worry about or what I just did wrong. And then at the end, kind of doing like a closing statement and be like, just make sure you do this. Don't make sure you don't step in a whole bunch of shit like I did. You know, I mean, I won't say my guides are phenomenal. I'd like to be able to do a lot more editing with it. I wish I could have like paused it and like been able to be like, oh, don't do this. That right there is the anima seed. Kick this ability. Maybe a little bit more of like an intro rather than that, but I mean, I kind of like doing my guides live because then people who are actually there at the same time can actually see not just the guide being created, but can at least get an explanation rather than doing it off stream and all that. So I mean, on some of those before, like I got like the following that I have now, I will tell you there were some wipes, and I had to like redo some of those intros like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, man, if anyone is watching this, I am so sorry that you have to listen to this intro like 5 or 6 times. I was like, it is by no means my intention to make you have to hear their abilities like this many times. Yeah, that's normally what I do. Is I normally do the intro once. It's normally if I change my strategy. So, like let's say for like Thantriok, the first time I did it, I did the intro explaining that I would start with Death Blossom and then Greater and then Word of Suffering. But just because of the RNG that is Death Blossom, I changed the strategy to doing Greater Necrotic and then doing Death Blossom and then Word of Suffering. And then I was like, okay, well we're gonna do this with the turnip method. So I mean, it was mostly if I changed my strategy, but if it was just like a minor thing like my equipment, I would normally just kind of stitch it together using the Twitch editor, and then that way I could just basically take the intro and then the fight, whether it was the 6th or 7th or 8th or 700th, I could just stitch it together. That's probably why at times you might notice it here and there, but normally I try to tie it in right after I came in from the intro, where it would show like their name and their phasing in or teleporting in, whatever you want to call it. And normally you'll see me like take a step forward, and you might see it like kind of like hiccup, and all of a sudden I'm somewhere else a little bit. That was normally where I stitched the intro and a different fight together. I think on the one fight with Mechanicos on Craven Corinth, I think if you watch, you'll realize the turnip's a different color. I think when I did the intro, I think the turnip was red, but I think when I did the fight, the turnip was yellow. Pretty sure that was Mechanicos, that the turnip was two different colors. It might have also been Clay. On two of the fights, I actually did the intro on the live server, and because I lost, and I ran out of medallions, I actually jumped over into PTR and completed the fight there, and then just patched the two together. So I still have the intro from the fight and then the actual fight on PTR, because nothing had changed between the two. I mean, they're not going to change anything about Path of Ascension anytime soon. With 9.1 away in a few months, not a few months, but like we'll say several months away, roughly like 5. Well, we'll say somewhere between 3 and 5. So they're not going to do anything with Path of Ascension, and I think even after 9.1 hits, they'll still be more stressed about 9.1 than they will Path of Ascension. So I don't foresee a change to it anytime soon. They'll probably honestly leave it as is and be like, you know what, whatever. Because I mean, it doesn't really affect anyone. It's not, PvP. It's not like a raid. It's you don't even really get gear, and you still have to pay for it. So see, that's where I agree with Con Man. I really think you should be able to leap over it. I don't think it should be an invisible wall of death. You mean the terminal destruction or greater necrotic? The word of suffering. But I think Path of Ascension. I don't think they're going to do much more with it. In all honesty, I think it's. I mean, and they might add some fights, but I don't think they're going to patch or change or tune anything. Because with all they'll see is that players are completing it, whether it's with cheese methods or not. All they care is that a player can complete it in some way, even if it's not the way that's intended. And especially now that you've got Burning Crusade coming up here soon, they just started their little beta or whatever, or invites for the beta. I just don't perceive them doing anything relatively decent to Path of Ascension. At least probably not until like this coming fall. Oh, I'm talking to Khan. He's in YouTube. For some reason, he never comes over and joins us in Twitch. He's weird like that. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Maybe I made him up in my head. Maybe you're made up in my head. Maybe I'm made up in my head. Maybe this is all a dream. this is a dream, my character would probably look like a scantily clad warrior, kind of dressed like that. Yeah, I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. I started doing that so that way I don't have to move like an entire VOD over, because then it just saves it as a live video on YouTube. And I figured it'd allow me to kind of get my base a little bit bigger. So that way, if I could catch viewers from YouTube and Twitch, because the big thing about Twitch that I noticed is, so if you go into any Twitch category, let's say World of Warcraft, and you look at like viewer count on viewers and all that, and you start scrolling down, and with COVID and stuff like that, lots more people have suddenly thought that they're streamers or content creators, whatever you want to call it. And the problem is it's oversaturated the market now. So once you get to like people that have like 10 viewers, it's just like a slew of people that have like one viewer, one viewer, one viewer, one viewer, or like entire pages of one viewers. And it's just like holy crap. So it literally like drops you to like the bottom of the list. And no one's probably going to scroll through like 6,000 one viewers that are come and accidentally stumble across you. So I figured since I'm not partnered, affiliated, or whatever yet, that way I could stream on multiple platforms. Even when I play a Steam game, I even activate it so I can stream on Steam. But then that way I can stream on as many platforms as I can to try to build the community and stuff like that too. Especially because a lot of people have seen the stuff on YouTube, but not a lot of those people have actually transitioned over to Twitch to follow me here. I think he's asleep right now. He stayed up all night. His sleep schedule's all jacked up again. See, that's why I gotta get Megan here. She makes my content. Her and that diabolical laughter of hers. She doesn't want it to sound like the end of the world in the form of a laugh. I will admit though, thanks to like the community and all that have been growing, thanks to the Path of Ascension, man, it makes it so much easier to stream because there's actually people to interact with. I will tell you, back before I would literally just talk to myself, and I will tell you, it's one of the hardest things to do is to hold a conversation with yourself for a few hours a day. So I appreciate you guys coming in here and giving me someone to talk to. Yeah, you're always welcome to come play. I don't mind. You're over there in Denmark, yeah? God damn. I was hoping this would be nicer to find keys, but it's been the opposite. Well, maybe we can get into that dude's theater of pain. What kind of a tank is he? 1154. No fights? I know fights. I know the fights. He could even quiz me on the fights. I'll be like, I go in there and I go pow pow pow. And Dab wins. God, get out of your advertisement. Uh, what was it? Way back in the day when you say that about the old god, when I was playing Wrath of the Lich King way back in the day. I of course had my rare finder on for finding rare mobs or whatnot, and it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and I was really, really asleep. And it picked up a rare spawn, and of course at the time I had it set to, I think it was like the Lich from Naxxramas' voice, and it just said "You will die" in this dark, raspy voice. I was like, "You will die." I about shit my pants. Like I literally like I woke up, about jumped over my chair and ran for my life. Scared the crap out of me. Especially when I was sitting in a dark room and all of a sudden you just have that whispered in your ears suddenly out of nowhere. It was definitely one of those moments where mistakes were made. That's a spires, the other side. Are you just filling this? I don't feel like whispering you. Decline me, I don't care. Once again, I think you're a Twitch streamer looking for followers. Or a gold seller of some type. Who knows? It was one of those moments. There was also, what was it? I drove home one day from work, and in my driveway was like this like party balloons. It was like some sort of like it bullshit. And there was just like all these party balloons just chilling right in the driveway in the middle of the road. And so I was like, oh, whatever. I was like, I'll take them inside. They obviously don't belong to anyone if they're just sitting in the middle of nowhere. And I was sitting at my computer playing games like a week later, and all of a sudden over this top shoulder here, I feel something just brush across me in like slow motion. And I look, and it's one of the balloons, and it scared me something good, like cold sweat, hair standing up. And I go chuck it back in my kid's room, and I'm sitting there doing my thing again, playing games, and all of a sudden it happens again, and I'm like, what the hell? So I chuck it in the room, and I sit down, and I'm like, and the damn thing is just bobbing up and down in their doorway. And I mean, I chucked it deep into their room, and it's just bobbing up and down in the doorway, and then it comes out. It starts coming back. It gets to the couch, and instead of coming over the couch, it goes around the couch and then back to me. And I was like, God, I was like, this is really creepy. And then I was explaining it to my wife, and I chucked it back in his room, in my kid's room. And the damn thing comes out the door. Instead of going back to my desk where I was sitting, it starts coming down the hallway to the bathroom. And I was like, man, what did I bring into my house? I was like, mistakes were made. I probably could. What do I have? What key do I have? Necrotic Wake. I probably could put that together. Like a mage and a boomkin. It's a good healer. Priests are good healers right now, right? Get a good solid tank. Let's check one last time. Yeah, let's... Oh yeah, I gotta... Sign-ups. Started plus 15. Worst case, my key gets downgraded, right? This group. Wait, what? Wait, delist my group. Start a group. Okay, this group. There we go. Let's do it right. Let's see what kind of fish we can catch. Close that. And the funny thing was, like, my boss was like, "How come you didn't pop the balloon or whatnot?" I mean, that's actually not too bad. I'm gonna take the tank. Sure, I will, man. I'll invite you. Is there any way to see what else he comes with? You know what? That will fill it up. There we go. Okay, we lost the Shadow Priest. Group. This group. Huh. Wait. Maybe that's why he dipped. It's a mage right there. Bam! Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad. 1267, 1800 mage, monk, and the druid. Now, I need to actually take the teleporter over here. Cornmark taking all the fun out of looking for group. But yeah, that I know, man. I was prepared to do nothing for the next like hour and a half, Corn, and you took that from me. You robbed me of my chance to be worthless. Dare you? Coming up into my channel, getting me groups. Offended. Your punishment is you have to listen to Meg laugh for an hour and a half. That's what you get. Next time I bring her on, you have to listen to her laugh nonstop. And I'll know. I'll know if you don't. What was it the other day? I messaged her and she's like, "What? You need me to do content again?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I just wanted someone to talk to this time." I was like, "Damn, rude." Spear there. Spear there. Spear there. Go enjoy that walk, Khan. You've earned it with your disciple of humility. Get out there and enjoy nature. Tell random strangers you've ascended. Just randomly lean in at a grocery store and be like, "I've ascended." Maybe not do it at a grocery store. Maybe at like a McDonald's drive-thru or something. Yep. Good luck to you too, Con. Uh-oh, Mage is Ragnaros. That's risky. Stack. So I should have a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Where's the Druid? Did we not summon the Druid? Druid lost? The thing I don't like about it is the fact it puts it right here, so when he does a countdown, I give tank lead. Is it Druid Feral? Activating. No, I think it's a Boomkin, which is good. Funny thing is, I'm number 30 on Uther Room Totem now. Almost died. I was surprised to see him out DPSing the 1800 mage. So we can maximize uptime here. Ability dry. Oh, I guess I did a shout a little too early there. What the hell? There we go. Oh, damn, we just laid waste to that group. That's normally one of the most terrifying groups in this place. We just took care of it like it was nothing. We might have selected a good group here, man. That doesn't get you off the hook, Cornmark. Coming up in here and recommending making a group. How dare you? Offended. I wonder if my key will upgrade too. Maybe we're lucky we'll get a good one. Halls of Atonement. God, that'd be sweet. Get like a snag of Venthier. Snag a solid tank and some good DPS. Get a 16 on my belt. Hmm. Oh. Oh no, that looks iffy. Healer's really keeping pace too, man. And down. Gonna grab that too. What is he gonna grab here? Bone. Damn, son. I think he's getting this boss. That. I'm probably the lowest DPS for that fight, so. Really, he controlled the damn. That is intriguing. I didn't even think about something like that. Does that mean we get? Blade Storm. Shit. It's working out beautifully. I punched too soon. Sweet. I know, right? You tell me to make a group, and this group is like flawless, dude. The DPS is insane, and we're synergizing really well. Oop, don't do it. We're making beautiful time. What's he pulling? Wow, man, he's got balls. Like things just are getting melted when they want to, when they need to be melted. That is insane. Even his DPS is insane. How much of the Path of Ascension do you still have left? Corn Mark? Or are you done too? Nice. This next Blade Storm, I'm gonna melt something. Give me a group, buddy. Give me a group. I think we all blew our cooldowns there. We're all over 16k like on that pull. Insane. Like, I don't know if I'd want that to hit me still. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little anxious to have like that aiming at me. He's a mute. Nice, and he basically was able to save it. What am I doing? Stun that crap. He's immune to fear. We're gonna eat you alive. God, that'd be amazing to +2 this. I don't know what I'd do with a +2 key. I really don't. Celebrate, I guess. Clap my hands. I just like so totally ran through a pile of crap. I shouldn't have used that yet. Not mine. Oh, just barely. Go, go, go. And we'll have haste for this boss. Oh my god. How much time I got before my Blade Storm's ready? Not too long. Sweet. And we plus 2'd it. Holy Jesus. No worries. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mark. I appreciate that. A 17 sanguine depths? Jesus. Nice. I do it on Tyrannical too, and a plus 2. It's amazing DPS. Wow, I was top DPS for that? Damn. Get a good, like, 8.5 minutes to spare there. Let's look for... Spires of Ascension. I mean, worst case, I guess I could put it in there and see what I get. Ah. Shit. Timing at 17 would be amazing. And hello and welcome to anyone joining the channel. Right now we're looking for mythic keys, preferably Halls of Atonement. The other side, Sanguine Depths, and Theater of Pain. Froggy throat. Getting a little bit of a froggy throat. Nice, so he took a plus 2 14 to turn into a plus 15. 2. Plus 2 on a 15. Where's the good keys? Hi, Gizmo. Can't stay up here, buddy. Give you some loves. Some quick loves. You know you're gonna make yourself comfy. Huh? I'll let you stay up here while I look for a group, okay, buddy? Never know. You know, maybe they already got like a boomkin to mage. They're like, man, we could pick up a melee. I'll try for a 16. Chance to up my key, hell yeah. Or not up my key, but up my IO. Jesus, you came back to harass me. Well, I actually wanted to see if my buddy that's a mage in the guild wanted to run the 17 that we got, since we plus 2'd it. Do you own a key? It's funny. I mean, I guess if I could get it to upgrade more, right? Then I could be like, hey man, you want to run this plus 20? Let's just find ourselves a good tank. Who doesn't want to tank that plus 20 turn a scythe, right? That's crazy though, man. I didn't think I'd be top DPS. That was kind of unexpected for me to come out on top. I guess we could try. The Sanguine Depths, right? I mean, it doesn't. Group. That's my group. Start a group. Sanguine Depths. Sanguine Depths. This group. Worst case, I downgrade it to a 15 and run that. Since I do need a Sanguine Depths. See what we can... 221 healer. It's timed 15s. Is that how you're gonna do it, Gizmo? No, we're going balls deep in a 17 corn mark. That's your fault. You're the one that recommended it. Well, as long as you got the DPS and a good tank and a good healer. The Venthyr will definitely help with the stuff. Imagine what that would do to my IO. That'd be like a good, what, 60 points? kind of a situation. That's why we're waiting repair. Last thing we need to do is go into a dungeon with broken gear. What's up, cats? Right? Well, I'm just saying. What is that? Warlock? Why not? I mean, that's a... Warlock's at B-res, right? Now I just need a lust or a haste or something. So a hunter, shaman, or mage. And then a good tank. I guess I should edit this. No longer need Venthyr on editing. Actually, wait. Edit. Because a hunter comes with a lust, right? Hunter has a... Yes. Yes, but you have to remind him. Or a tank. A tank and a lust is what I'm ideally looking for. Hey, come over here now, Gizmo. Woo! Meow, 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 meow. There you go. Let's move the mouse so that way you don't have to lay on that. We'll invite him. Now we just need a tank. Now. See if I can convince him to be my tank. This will be my first 17 that I've ever stepped foot into. So if we can find a good tank here. Yeah, but isn't drums, isn't it? Give his name is Dab. But isn't drums reduced? Like it's not as good as an actual true hero or lust or whatnot. Didn't they nerf that shit? Which I don't understand why they did. I mean, it's just a drums. I mean, God forbid. I mean, at least then it would allow like non-hero classes to have a hero, right? And we could be like, I have drums. Okay, so the recommendation is a bear druid. Once again, worst case, we fail and it downgrades to a 16, and I find a bunch of randos to stinky monkey my key again. And then worst case, it downgrades again to a 15. And then I find yet another group to stinky monkey my key and see what happens. I'd be curious, Cats, on that one legendary that we get that allows us to like bounce damage between people that have it as well. I wonder how much damage you could get that to do with 5 people that have that legendary. And then just like stand in like a star pattern around the boss just to bounce that shit all throughout him. I'd be curious to see how that works. It reminds me of the one that like the corruption from the last one that like if you had other people, but it was so random to actually find people that actually had it. I'm just curious to know how much damage it would do. Just getting a star around the boss and watch him drop. Come on, tanks. Oh, man. Because I figure with it being a 17, at least it's going to be a high level person that I would think that would queue up for it. I can't imagine just some rando like 900 is going to be like, hey man, a 17? I'll queue up for that. I bet I could handle that. My gear school's only 203, but I bet I could handle a 17 key. Oh, the fun of when your group fills out and you just have to get a tank. I could do a 17. Right? Warriors are heroes. How far would any of you have gotten without that warrior at some point in the game that saved your life? Intervening you, holding up his shield wall, giving you a commanding shout when you needed it, or even a heroic shout, or a battle shout, or a piercing shout, or an intimidating shout. Any kind of shout. No one would even have made it to Outlands if it wasn't for warriors. No one would have made it into Shadowlands if it wasn't for warriors, and they sure as hell wouldn't have made it into Northrend. Mop, you guys can have that. You guys would have gotten a Mop without us. Would have cared less. And maybe when you guys went back to Draenor, we could have cared less. Legion, warriors. We also learned when whatchamacallit fought Sylvanas why you don't switch to Fury Warrior mid-fight. Because you get one shot. That's what happens to a Fury Warrior. Get one shot. He was doing okay as an Arms Warrior. Goes Fury Warrior and gets bloofed. Second boss is probably in my opinion, second boss is probably the hardest. Third boss, as long as you do the mechanics, you're pretty good. Fourth boss, that's just a shit fest. Hopefully the tank actually puts down the thing on top of the boss, so that way as a melee I can continue DPSing. Because to lose like that like segment of what 10 seconds or whatever it is, 7 seconds, is a lot of damage when you think about it. That's like 7 globals. That's my group. This group. Stood. What did I grab? I grabbed a Pally. Aren't Pallies like strong single target? Do they have good group heals nowadays? I just know monk healers have been kind of underperforming. Shamans have been really strong, haven't they? A little bit on the sleepy side. I don't get to run with too many locks. How are they in Mythics? Imagine it's probably what, Affliction's the way to go for that? They just flicked everything? Or the Destruction? Good God. Oh, God. Just 4 man it. That's madness, cats. Madness, I say. That'd be like taking Meg to a comedy club and not bringing ear protection. You know what I don't see anymore, like too much, too often? Is people mind controlling a mob so that way the mobs around them blow it up. Is it because it just takes too long and it's just easier to cleave it all down together? Or is it just there's not that much shit anymore that can be mind controlled by a priest? I'm sorry that I'm yawning in your guys' ears. That way we don't sound like complete noobs. Yum 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 yum. And hello and welcome to anyone joining the stream this morning. Got Cornmark and Cats in here. Both of them are some of my VIPs. Their loyalties. But yeah, Cats, we plus 2'd that 15 necrotic key that I had. Really smooth run. Like, I don't think it could have gotten any smoother. I think the only, the tank died twice? Once? Something like that? God damn. I'm gonna get some good sleep this afternoon, I'll tell you what. Gonna get that. I had a nightmare yesterday where I thought I was gonna be late, oversleep and be late to work. And then I woke up like 30 minutes before. I guess I could start flying towards Sanguine Depths. At least then I'll be there to summon. Bolt. Right? I told you. You should just let me look for a group, Corn. No, you were like, just run your key down, run your key. I don't know. I sound like Meg right now, so I don't want to do that. That's what Meg does. Well, you never know. We might. You just never know. Maybe I'm about to get like an item level like 226 like tank that joins me. Some crazy badass pulling like 13k DPS on every pull. You never know. Then what are you gonna do? Then what are you gonna do, Corn? I got that 17 under my belt. So if we could get that done, I mean, then that'd be nice because then we'd only have what, 3 more to do? Imagine if it upgrades into an 18 Turna. I would take that too. Really get my IO up. Go for that #1 slot for Uther Rune Totem DPS. Right now I'm sitting comfortably at number 30. And like literally all I have to do to break into like the top 10 is like have 15 timed. Bunch of 15s timed. I'd love to be able to push my IO up as high as possible. That'd be pretty amazing. I'd enjoy that. Well, nothing. It's probably because they scroll over and they probably see my IO and they're like, oh no, man. Like he's got 1200 IO wanting to push something that requires like a 1400 IO. Can you even +4 a key? Is that even possible? Maybe if you're running like a mythic 1. That's what I thought. Like that'd be insane. Uh, hmm. If you don't try. How many of you four-manned cats? I'm actually surprised someone hasn't done that yet. I mean, we've already got a 5-man that did it with technically no healer, even though like everyone in their group was like an off heals. But I mean, I'm surprised there hasn't been one that's been like all tanks or all. Ah, damn. like, oh, we're starting to lose people. Well, that sucks. I think it's 17. Like I said, with my IO being in the 1200 range, I'm pretty sure they're probably like, I don't know, man. Especially on a necrotic bolstering week. Pretty sure it's pretty stressful on the tanks as is. They probably worry that they might be carrying a DPS at the same time. I guess they can't really. I mean, unless they look me up, they probably can't even tell if I'm the DPS or not. Yum, 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 yum. Try that one. Ooh, there's a theater of pain. If I can get into one of those, man. Ideally, I think that what the two hardest that I guess I have like three of some of the hardest, like the other side, sanguine depths, theater of pain, and then halls of atonement's pretty easy. Get the other side done. Even though it's a real bitch on tyrannical, I'm not gonna lie. Really. I was hoping. Hunter got scared though. Hunter got scared. No worries. It's not like anyone listens to me in my channel anyway, Cornmark. It's probably the other side's probably a lot easier when it's fortified. No, 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 no. Druid. Those two are going to expire in less than a minute. Oh man, this is the part that I hate. Just the looking, because it's boring as hell. Backup music just got really bad there as far as my mic goes. Maybe call it for now and stream again a little bit later. Go take like a nap. See what we can manage to muster in like 2-3 hours, right? Right now, we are not getting any luck. The East Coast a chance to get off work. See where we can go from there, right? Rather not have to call it, but I don't also want to be doing nothing. I am pretty tired. It's 9:31. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Is that right? Can't be right. Oh yeah, I guess I'd make it 7. I was like, what time did I get off work? I think that's what we'll do. We'll take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in a few hours to, I guess, continue trying to push some keys here. We'll see where we can go from there. As always, I appreciate everyone for coming. I hope you have a good day and stay safe.